How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a weekend chat edition of Poolside Cigar Reviews. I am coming at you today with a La Aroma de Cuba Pasion. Hopefully that focuses. I bought this cigar a week or so ago at Total Wine. I normally like to shop at local brick and mortar mom and pop stores, small businesses. But sometimes you're at Total Wine, and they've got at least in my area, they have a pretty big humidor, and so I just like to pop in. And I haven't had this yet, and I liked the band. I'm a sucker for the La Aroma de Cuba band, but I do like the cigars. And this is a very mild cigar, and not producing a lot of smoke. But it's got a nice light toasted tobacco. A little bit of graham cracker. Hint of leather. Very creamy, light creamy smoke. I wish there was more smoke. I don't know if it would have more flavor if there was more smoke. Probably, presumably. But it's very nice. And again, so far, the burn is great. Can't complain about that. And the band is beautiful. And so, to me, I think it's okay to select a cigar based on the band. It might not be your best bet, but I know for me, I have enough experience as a cigar smoker to know generally what the brands are and whether or not I'm going to have a good probability of enjoying them. And I like everything, every La Aroma label I've liked, so this is no different. I knew I would like this, and it's fine. I do not know the blend. I didn't look it up because frankly I don't care anymore. Anymore when I buy cigars, I just don't care. I don't look into it that much. It's more of just an adventure. I just grab things and see if I like them. For a long time, I was always looking for something better. I've always been partial to Nicaraguan cigars. I've generally not favored Dominican cigars. But I try to just leave those labels aside and just go for things, right? I've really stopped trying to seek something great and just experience things as they come. I go to a place called the Arizona Beer House with my daughter sometimes, because they have board games there and they have food trucks and they have a whole selection of different sodas. So I'll grab a beer or two, my daughter will grab a soda, and we'll play a board game or Uno or something like that. But the Arizona Beer House has a pretty good selection. They usually have 30 plus beers on tap, and most of them are local or local-ish, but they're all craft. And it drives me up the friggin' wall when I'm waiting in line at the bar to order a beer, and people want to sample 9 different beers, and they're an accommodating bar, so they'll do that. They'll pour little samples for people. See these people take their drink and swirl it around in their mouth and take a breath and do whatever and make notes on the taste and then want to try something else, and they'll do this like 5 or 6 times. And that is just so far removed from my personality, because to me, it's a pint of beer. Read the description. If you think it sounds interesting, order it. I've been going there for years, and I think only once did I get a beer that I hated so much that I set it on the bar and said, this is undrinkable, and I ordered something else. And I paid for it because, I ordered it. It's not their fault that it was bad. And frankly, someone else probably would have enjoyed it. But for me, it was awful, and I think it was a candy bar milk stout. It was fucking terrible. But anyway, but that's how I feel about cigars. It's like, I'm going to grab a cigar, especially if it's from a big label. La Aroma, they're going to be blending cigars for the middle of the market. This isn't some boutique blend that's going to be weird or overly anything. And frankly, even if it is, I'll enjoy that too. I'll enjoy a crazy, full, spicy cigar. I'll enjoy something mild and creamy. You know, there are very few cigars I don't enjoy. I don't enjoy cigars that are going through their sick period, I would say. But other than that, there are very few cigars that I've had that I really thought, oh, this is an awful cigar. You know, some cigars are okay. Certainly some cigars are better than others. But I haven't had many cigars that I thought, ooh, that was an awful cigar. No, again, I'm talking about premium hand-rolled cigars. So we're talking things that are going to be, you know, probably $6 and higher. Because you know you're going to get something good, and this is very good. If you like mild cigars, I recommend this. I don't remember what I paid for it, so I am obviously not a fountain of information in this video. But I'm enjoying it, and it's pairing nicely with this Masterson's 10-year-old straight rye. Earlier today, I knew I was going to smoke this cigar, and I was looking for a beverage to pair with it. And not having had the cigar before, and not knowing what was going on, I thought I would explore my liquor cabinet and see what I wanted to try to pair. And I did find this bottle was unopened earlier today. So this is the first time I've had this. I found that I had 10 unopened bottles of liquor, all different kinds. I had some bourbons, I had some ryes, I had some Irish whiskey, I had some gin. But that's what happens, you know. If you haven't seen other videos in the past, I have a pretty good liquor cabinet. I've got a good selection, especially with whiskey. But I've got a good selection of everything. I don't know how many bottles, you know. I'm going to guess I have 80 bottles of premium liquor. No, again, mostly scotch. But if people come to the house, you know, if you have people over, they look at this collection of whiskey and think, oh my goodness, that's incredible. You know, how do you buy this much whiskey? And what I always tell people is just buy more than you drink. You know, you finish a bottle, go back and, you know, buy two. Every time you finish a bottle, you go to the store to replace something, buy two. And then over time, you slowly accumulate a lot of liquor. And you know, I use inert gas to keep everything fresh, so I don't worry about it going stale. You know, it keeps just fine. Plus, it's hard liquor. But yeah, this rye whiskey though, this Masterson's rye, this is the most bourbon forward rye that I've ever had. So I generally really like rye whiskey, and this is good too. But this has got a lot more bourbon notes to it than most ryes I've had. I do like the rye on the nose. I mean, it's got apples, pears, like stewed apples and pears, and honey, cereal grain. I hope you can hear the thunder in the background. It's very nice. It's a beautiful day. But on the palate, yeah, it's starting to open up a little bit more. It does have those traditional kind of peppery rye flavors, but then it's really heavy on vanilla. And it has, for me, a little bit of a soapy flavor. And that's my problem with bourbon, is some, not all bourbons, but some bourbons to me have a soapy flavor. And that's why I'm not a huge bourbon drinker. is because to my palate, a lot of times I get a soapy flavor. And I don't know this, I'm going to guess, but I think it's similar to like cilantro, right? Some people can't eat cilantro. My mother's one does not like food with cilantro in it because to her cilantro tastes like soap. I don't get that with cilantro. This cigar maybe slightly over humidified. It was in my humidor. My humidor's not over humidified, but this was still in the cellophane, and I just got it from the store on Wednesday, and it's Saturday. So this may have been over humidified in the Total Wine humidor. So I guess that's what I get for shopping in a big box cigar store. But anyway, good stuff. It's a beautiful day, hanging out on a Saturday. It's a busy time at work for me right now. A little short-staffed. Got some big deliverables coming up here in the next month. So I was up this morning at 5. I was able to wrap up work stuff by about 11, 10:30. That's a good time for me, in the morning. I can get work done in the morning because there's not interruptions. The house is dark and quiet. Everybody's asleep. I don't feel like I'm neglecting anybody. So I can kind of really focus. My phone's not ringing. I'm not getting, extraneous emails, things like that. So, yeah. But you can only do that so many weeks in a row, right? So I fall into that trap of you get busy, you start kind of burning the candle at both ends by, dipping into your weekends. And then after a time, when you're working every day, you start to lose focus about, you lose perspective about what's important and what's not, and even little problems at work suddenly seem like a big deal. Kind of work becomes your life, and things that seem like problems really shouldn't be. It kind of turns up the volume for work stress, which you would think would be the opposite because you'd be getting more work done, but that's not true. You start burning the candle at both ends, working too many hours. Those work problems seem to be more important and more significant than they really need to be, and so it's important to make sure you take that time off. So I'm conscious of that, and right now it's absolutely necessary. I've got stuff that has to get done. But once September rolls around, I've got to dial that back. So, anyway, fairly long and rambling video. But, if you like mild cigars, I do recommend this La Aroma Pasion. It's very nice. And it has a very pretty band. And I recommend this rye whiskey. If you like bourbon. If you like bourbon and you like rye, try this Masterson. If you don't like bourbon, you won't like it. I'm on the fence with bourbon. So anyway, just wanted to say hello. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday. And, until next time, keep your feet in the pool, a drink in your hand, and a cigar in your mouth. Take care.